What is going on YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today I want to talk about Meowscarada, the final evolution of Sprigatito. It is a dark grass type, which is an interesting type combination. We've seen it before in the form of Cacturne and Shiftry. That said, we haven't seen it on a starter to my understanding. And taking a look at the resistances and weaknesses, we're immune to Psychic, and then we have a resistance to Dark, Electric, Ghost, Grass, Ground, and Water. And then as far as our weaknesses go, we're weak to Fairy, Fighting, Fire, Flying, Ice, Poison, and then we have a 4 times weakness to Bug. That said, as far as that typing goes, we don't necessarily have to worry about that too much, because in terms of abilities, we get Protean as our hidden ability on Meowscarada. And we also get Overgrow, the generic grass type starter. But anyways, let's talk about Protean. So Protean is an interesting ability. It's been around since Generation 6. It was originally Greninja's hidden ability, as well as Kecleon's. And what it used to do is, at the beginning of when Greninja or Kecleon would attack, they would change their type into a pure type of whatever the move was. So if Greninja was going to go for a water type attack, it would go from water dark to just pure water. Now, Protean, as well as Cinderace's Librero ability, because that also does the same thing, they got changed a little bit coming into Scarlet and Violet. So now what they do is, basically, they still change your type, but it only works once until you switch out. So now you can't go grass type attack with Meowscarada, become pure grass, and then follow up with a fairy type move, and then become a fairy. So you'll basically just stay grass until you switch out if you go for a grass type move first. But that's okay. So with that change to Protean done, let's take a look at some moves for Meowscarada. So Meowscarada's signature move is called Flower Trick. It is a base 70 physical grass type move that always lands in a critical hit and also bypasses accuracy. So basically, we took Aerial Ace and Urshifu's Wicked Blow, crammed them together, and made a grass type insta-crit without an accuracy check. Awesome. So that's going to be a fun idea for Meowscarada there. As far as some coverage moves go, we have Knockoff. We also get Foul Play, which is nice. And we get Night Slash if we wanted to run critical hit boosting items on Meowscarada, but we got Flower Trick for that. We free up an item slot. And then we get Play Rough, which is good fairy type coverage. So let's take a look at Meowscarada's stats too before we get into anything there. We have a base 110 attack stat and a base 123 speed stat. It's fast and it wants to hit hard, and then it's a glass cannon. It's got 70 in both defenses, 76 HP, so that combination, not necessarily the bulkiest, but that's okay. And we also have an 81 special attack stat, but we'll touch on that later. So what I was thinking for this here with the Flower Trick, Knockoff, and Play Rough is we can go Focus Sash and we can just go Protean, lock ourselves into a move. Ideally, what I was thinking is we go for Flower Trick, and if we really wanted to, we can also Terastallize into a grass type to really gain extra damage on Flower Trick. But that said, turning into a dark type is not bad because we're immune to Prankster priority moves. And turning into Fairy is not too bad either because we go from having so many weaknesses going to just 2, being Steel and Poison. Now, let's take a quick look into PokemonDB.net, and I will make a quick note here. Didn't realize this until earlier. This doesn't have the Gen 9 Mons updated yet, but I did this for Skeledirge and Quaquaval, so we're going to do this for Meowscarada as well. So we put in Grass and Dark. 73 things resist us, 649, and 353 super effective hits. If we add Fairy, that number jumps down to 6. We have 506 super effective, 563 normal. That's pretty nice. And if we look at the 6 that are currently there from Gen 8, the only thing that's really in Scarlet Violet right now, as far as older ones go, is Klefki. Now, for sure, we have 3 things that resist us as well, because there's going to be the Tinkatuff line, which is Steel Fairy as well. And then once this updates to, we can go from there. But anyways, if you're using PokemonDB.net, just err on the side of caution right now, because it's not fully updated just quite yet. Anyways, let's jump back into Meowscarada here. So the initial thoughts that I was thinking is Fast Flower Trick with Terra Grass and Grass type Protean to make sure that we have the stab, and then we have Grass Terra to make that stab become double damage. And honestly, too, with Terastallization, you could even make a case for just running Overgrow, because then Protean doesn't change your typing, it doesn't take away the dark typing, and then when you Terastallize into a grass type, you still get to keep the dark stab, but now you have boosted grass stab, you have dark stab, and you get the defensive and offensive typing of grass. And you lose the dark weaknesses, which is nice too. Then another thing that I was thinking too is you could run a choice band set with Meowscarada. You can maybe have like a Tailwind user, like say maybe Talonflame with Gale Wings, or Prankster Murkrow set up Tailwind, and then you can go Choice Banded Flower Trick with Protean, or you can go Choice Banded Knockoff, which is nice too, because Knockoff gains a little extra damage when it removes an item. And plus, 65 is not that bad, factoring in the bonus damage from Knockoff plus Stab. So that's not too bad. We have Play Rough as well, which is just nice coverage. And then we have U-Turn, which will end up gaining Stab and a boost from the Choice Band. So that's a pretty hard hit and run right there. That's kind of nice too. I kind of like the Choice Band idea more for Meowscarada than that way too. And then that way we don't really have to worry about Terastallizing. We could just go Choice Band, click move, do damage. We could do that. And then for the third thing, remember how I said we'll touch on the base 81 special attack stat? This thing gets Nasty Plot. That's a guaranteed +2 to your special attack. Grass, Dark, and Bug, moderately decent combination of coverage. And the reason what I was thinking was Energy Ball and Dark Pulse can do damage that way. They take advantage of your stabs. But Pollen Puff is nice too, because in doubles you can use it on your partner. Instead of doing damage, you heal your partner. So that was something that I just thought was kind of cool. There is, you get Pollen Puff on Meowscarada. You also get that +2 Nasty Plot. You can hit basically anything on the field harder with the Nasty Plot boost. But you could also just heal your partner as well. Then, what I was thinking too, if you have to deal with an opposing Meowscarada, it's very frail. So, Sucker Punch is nice if you have an opposing Meowscarada that's already lowered its HP, especially if it's in like that 20% to 15% HP range. Priority moves would be nice if Psychic Terrain's not on the field. Like I said about how you can use Talonflame to set up Tailwind for Meowscarada, you could go Gale Wings, Brave Bird to hopefully KO a Meowscarada if Psychic Terrain's not on the field, or at least bring it down to a Focus Sash and then go for Sucker Punch. You could do something like that. Or basically what you just have to do is you just have to outlive whatever Meowscarada hits you with, and then just hit it back twice as hard with another move. And because Meowscarada is so frail, I don't think it's going to take that much on the physical or special sides. So you could go for that. Well, yeah, anyways, that's my thoughts on Meowscarada. So hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to this. And if you have any thoughts on Meowscarada, let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm also just thinking about it too. This thing gets Thunder Punch as well. So, anyways, yeah, there's an extra coverage move right there. Thunder Punch. Anyways, I will see you later.